Very few people in the history of the world have truly understood the mind. An untrained and overactive mind causes suffering. Mastering the mind, then, is the key to overcoming suffering. The problem is that we don't even know what the mind is. So how can we master it? In this short teaching, I will share with you exactly what the mind is and the story of how Bodhidharma, the Indian monk who founded Zen Buddhism, helped the Chinese emperor to conquer his own mind. Whatsoever you can think is mind. All your likes, dislikes, fears, dreams, religions and philosophies are in the mind. Yoga, according to Patanjali, is a state of no mind. All that is knowable will be part of the mind. Yoga is a state of no mind, the cessation of mind. Yoga is a jump into the unknowable. We usually tend to think that the mind is something substantial inside the head. Patanjali does not agree. Nobody who has known the insides of the mind would agree. The mind, they say, is not something substantial inside the head, but rather just an activity. You walk, and I say that you are walking. What is walking? If you sit down, where is the walking? Walking is nothing substantial. It is an activity. While you are sitting, nobody can ask, where have you put your walking? Walking is an activity. The mind is also an activity. The story of Bodhidharma and the Chinese emperor illustrates this perfectly. Bodhidharma was an Indian monk who took meditation or dhyan to China, then Japan. So the word dhyan, when it went to China, became Chan, and when it reached Japan, it became Zen. So Zen is nothing but dhyan. Bodhidharma went to China, and the Chinese emperor came to see him. He said, "O monk, my mind is very uneasy, very disturbed, and you are a great sage. I've been waiting for you to ask for your help. Tell me, please tell me, what should I do? What can I do to put my mind at peace?" Bodhidharma said, "You don't do anything. The first thing that you do is you bring your mind to me." The emperor could not follow. He said, "What do you mean?" Bodhidharma said, "Come in the morning at 4 a.m. when nobody is there. Come alone and see me, and make sure that you bring your mind with you. Don't forget it." The emperor couldn't believe it. How Bodhidharma was speaking to him. He couldn't sleep the whole night. What does he mean, come with your mind? How else would I go? He thought Bodhidharma is a bit crazy and wanted to cancel the meeting. But he was so enchanting, so charismatic, the emperor could not resist meeting him. As if being pulled by a magnet, the emperor jumped out of bed at 4 a.m. and said, "I must go. This man may have something. His eyes say that he has something. He looks a little crazy, but he must know something." Bodhidharma, as soon as he sees the emperor walking toward him, shouts, "Emperor, you have come. Have you brought your mind with you? Or did you forget it?" The emperor is furious. "What do you mean? I'm here means my mind is also here. It's not something that I can forget somewhere. It is within me." Bodhidharma said, "Okay. So the first thing is established, that the mind is within you." The emperor agrees. Bodhidharma said, "Okay, now close your eyes and find out where it is. Where is your mind located? And if you can find out where it is, immediately indicate it to me, and I will put it at rest. I will put it at peace." So the emperor closed his eyes, tried and tried, looked and looked for the mind. The more he looked, the more he became aware that there is no mind. The mind is an activity. It's not something that you can pinpoint. But the moment he realized that it is not something concrete, the ridiculousness of his quest became apparent to him. That if it is not something, nothing can be done about it. If it is an activity, simply don't do the activity. That is all. If it is like walking, then don't walk. The emperor opened his eyes and bowed before Bodhidharma, and he said, "I see what you have been trying to teach me all along. There is no mind." And Bodhidharma said, "Well then, Emperor, I have put it at peace." Bodhidharma says, the next time that you are feeling uneasy, simply look within at where this uneasiness is. That very look is anti-mind. That look is not thinking. That look is not a thinking. If you look intensely, your whole energy will become a looking and not a thinking. Your whole energy will become a looking and not a thinking. And looking is witnessing. When the whole energy becomes looking, becomes witnessing, there is no more thinking. There is no more mind. You are in a state of no mind. You are in yoga.